and get real action, real live time on Tuesday's primary. And I put in the title by Nikki because some of the polls on the East Coast have closed, and Trump is pretty much, destroying her. So you're looking at it right now. The delegate count 473 to 46, and Trump has been projected in Texas. I mean, she needs to just let it go. She needs to stop. She needs to just, stop running the interference because it's clear as day that it's going to be a Trump and Biden rematch. It's clear as day that it's going to be those two characters, Trump and Biden. And that's a good thing because, I've seen some undecided polls coming up because uncommitted was such a thing. And all of a sudden they're putting in the undecided. And I saw in one poll in California where 9% voted undecided. But I think Nikki needs to give it up. I think Prince made a song called Darling Nikki. Do you want him or do you want me? But we don't want you. And like I said, I'm not a hypocrite. I voted up and down the ballot in California I wrote in my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and that's going to be a thing. And I did vote for Steve Garvey, and I posted my ballot to show my followers on Instagram and YouTube, Instagram and Facebook that I'm not a hypocrite. And I wrote in Jesus Christ in all of them. But then I did vote for Steve Garvey. Okay, somebody called me and said Glove. That's one of my nicknames. Why you voted for Steve Harvey? I said, why? Steve Harvey? What do you mean, Steve Harvey? He said, I see you wrote in Jesus Christ. I did the same thing, but why you write in Steve Harvey? And I said, I didn't write it on Steve Harvey. That's Steve Garvey. Fool, you need to put your glasses on. But it's looking like it's going to be a Biden and Trump rematch, and it's not looking good for Nikki Haley. She does not have any scheduled events. She's not having a watch party. She's not even on YouTube. Even having a conversation, so it's not looking good. And this morning, when you woke up, I don't think I was the only one who saw that Facebook and Instagram was down yesterday, and they basically shut Facebook down and Instagram down because some videos were circulating and going viral to vote no on Proposition 1. But Proposition 1 in the state of California is going to win, but there was some retractors and some people that opposed the bill, opposed the measure in terms of Proposition 1 because it's literally a money grab. When I say a money grab, it's literally a money grab. Okay, it's basically the state is going to be putting funding and money into jobs, into contracts, into building and things like that, but we don't know the ins and outs of the paperwork, and we don't know the ins and outs of Prop 1, but we know without shadow of a doubt it's like literally is going to put money into the state and take money out of the nonprofits and take money out of the individuals that literally can actually do the help. Because when you pull from the bottom, when I mean pull from the bottom, it's nothing wrong from the bottom, but what about the working class and what about the middle class? And a lot of times we don't hear anything about the working class coming out and saying anything, or the middle class, is because they're literally at work, okay? But when we pull the bottom up, and that's a slap in the face of the working class and middle class. Okay, so the working class and middle class need to start building their coalition because it's top, elitist 1%er, or then they want to pull and try to get some drug addict or some person, some prostitute or somebody off the streets and use, funding to do so, which there's nothing wrong with that, but everybody should be able to be in a position that they're in and to be able to get some assistance to help and grow. Okay, we should not just be, stagnating individuals who's doing it the right way, making it hard for them, raising their taxes, and, we're fumbling through and making sure that we're doing what we need to do. But where is the assistance and where is the, the help and the security for the working class that's done it the right way? We typically sit back and, pick somebody up off the ground and stand them up and say, look what I did for them. I helped them get off the ground. Okay, but what about putting safety nets in so individuals continue to work their way up the pole so we can actually get to the next level, because there's nothing wrong with, working hard to become an entrepreneur. We shouldn't have to work 30 years on a job. We should be able to save and invest our paid wage jobs and continue to go up the ladder. And then if we want to get in investments and become an entrepreneur, we should have those options. We should not be stuck, the workforce until we're 65. But, clearly a lot of people just sit back and make decisions to where they can actually just live off the system. And this is something that we gotta, make sure that we, fight against in 2024, going into the Super Tuesday in November. Because right now, this is, like I said, this is just a sign. We are getting Joe Biden and Trump will be running, again, and the blacks and the African Americans and the Democrats, they fell for the lesser of two evils. That's the only party that says that, but we know that Joe Biden is not the lesser of the two evils. Okay, so we cannot do evil this time around. So we got a plan. So like I said, if you want to be a part of the plan, you want to be a part of the answer. Look, Donald Trump won Arkansas, and then you got Biden. He's a projected winner, but his opponent is uncommitted. Okay, uncommitted is trending with 2%. So we got to really understand what's going on. So if you really want to know the plan, if you don't know, a better Black America is a better America for all. We seek solutions and resolutions to create a better America. And we realize that our opposition and the worst thing that could have ever happened to the United States of America is what they call democracy, and it's embedded in the Democratic Party. America is a republic, to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God. Okay, democracy is democratic, and the word democracy means ruled by the devil. The word republic means supreme power. Okay, there's nothing wrong with supreme power. We fought and defeated the Union, fought and defeated the Dixiecratic Confederate South with the aid of newly freed slaves at the time, which is my heritage and some of your heritages as well. So we got to understand that liberals is the worst thing that could have ever happened to America. The white liberal woman is the worst thing that could ever happen to America. And the Black liberal gay man is the worst thing that could ever happen, because that's pretty much the fabric of the Democratic Party, because they cannot find a heterosexual Black man to support the Democratic Party. No one in their right mind would. Where's Hakeem Jeffries? Where's Cory Booker? Where's all these Black individuals that was out there trying to get Joe Biden to become president? Because we realize that we have delivered God's people into a burning house, and we got to end race relations in America and become, one race, and that's the human race. It's the Democratic Party that's the race baiters. The Democratic Party is the enablers. The Democratic Party is the party of slavery. The Democratic Party has the worst districts, the cities, the mayors, the sanctuary cities. It needs to end. And this is a Black man, a registered Democrat, who's being classified as a nonpartisan independent that's basically sharing this information with you. So the only way we can, or conservatives say, they're a threat to our democracy. You would only hear a Democrat say that, because their democracy is ruled by the devil. If you did not know, Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, which is the most powerful man in America, okay, is the Speaker of the House. He's a theocrat. And the only way we can be theocrats is if we defeat democracy in November. Okay, a theocrat is ruled by the God. I got some educated people on here, and I appreciate y'all. The theocrat is the opposition of Democrat. Think of the word Democrat. The root word for Democrat is demo, means demon, diablo, or devil in Espanol. The word crat is to rule or to rule by. Okay, Democrat, ruled by the devil. Look at the theocrat or theology. Ology is the study of. Biology, ology is the study of. So if you study God, you study theology, because the word theo means God. So crat in the Greek is to rule or rule by, and theo means God. So we're literally opening the doors on Super Tuesday, March 5th of 2024, and we are going in the history books as the rise of the theocrats, which is going to defeat democracy, because literally they're allowing Joe Biden to do what he's doing, and he's basically going to end it, because you have the most racist president in American history. He's been a racist his entire career, and now the chickens are coming home to roost, because he is literally an old elderly man that don't know if he's coming or going, and we're supposed to sit back as educated individuals and act like we don't see what we see. No. And the reason you seeing what you see right now, because this is a black man talking to you who have long gone from the plantation, because when I was on the plantation, they would always make an example out of me. Okay, when I say make an example, they take the biggest, strongest, most aggressive, the smartest slaves, and they basically tar and feather them and kill them in front of their families. And this is how they got the black woman to fall hook, line, and sinker into this atrocity, which is the Democratic Party, in which we see right now. And if you are a black man and you want to help your people, look what's going on with Will Smith. Look what's going on with P. Diddy, Sean Puffy Combs. We make you, we can break you. So you're not going to go into the community and help, the newly freed slaves or the black men that want to get away from the Democratic Party, because we got so much dirt on you. As soon as you make that attempt, we're going to unleash the beast, meaning we're going to expose you. We're going to show all your dirty laundry. So now you see what's going on with Puffy. There's not going to be any black billionaire or anybody in Hollywood or a black influential person that's going to attempt to basically speak out against what we see right now. This is why we got to do it, because they don't make us, so they can't break us. And the worst individuals on the planet that's hurting this country right now is white liberal women like Katie Porter, the weirdo white chick that's running for the United States Senate, and the gay black guy, okay, and the gay black man. So we got to understand that one nation under God, meaning we need to be on the same sheet of music and stop playing this two-party system, because the two-party system is only predicated and motivated and is running only with the Democrats. Because if there was no Democrats, we can basically, live by the Constitution as well as the Pledge of Allegiance. One nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. One nation under God, meaning we're a God-fearing nation, indivisible. Means we can't be divided, because we are one. But Republicans and Democrats, that's what we do. But we got to become one. And the only way we can become one is we identify the evil that has broken down our system, and that's allowing this great nation to fall away at the hinges. And we know we got a sitting president that's weak, because when you have weak leadership in the United States of America, this is when they shoot bombs in other countries. This is when they basically invade other countries and do what they want to do. Because I remember when 45 was in office, and I'm in California, I would take a ride up the coast, and I would see, riding through Newport Beach, I would see ships just sitting out there in the ocean, because somehow sanctions have been put on their ships because of how they're treating us and what they're doing in this nation. Okay, and I'm talking about China. Okay, China has the Biden administration compromised. And we know that without a shadow of a doubt. This man will not say, God bless America. When he went down to the border, not the border, but to Brownsville, Texas, and he basically said, may God bless you all, and God bless the Border Patrol. What about God bless these United States of America? He can't say that. He can't. He's compromised. And when I saw him with the ice cream cone this week, and before he can take a lick of his ice cream cone, and somebody said something to him, and he started talking in the ice cream cone like he had a microphone in his hand, I'm sitting back, this is crazy. And then you have Uncle Tom, in terms of Jim Clyburn, the senator from South Carolina, talk about he has a speech impediment. Since when? I remember in my political science classes, we saw, Joseph Robinette Biden talking about the 94 crime bill, which locked up, the black community in epic proportions. He didn't have no speech impediment then. He was sharp as a tack. Right now, this man is a aging old man, and some people age worse than others. I'm 53 years old. I've been around people who's talking about, I'm getting older in age. I got to have hip replacement surgery, walking with a cane, and they talking about they 53. And I sit back and don't even say anything because all humans are not created equal. Okay, because some of us are more healthy, some of us are smarter, some of us are intact, some of us got our quick wit, some of us, put the work in with our minds in terms of reading and getting our minds and everything right. So now in our latter years, we get a chance to benefit from the lifestyle that we live. If we didn't do hard drugs, we just smoked, a little weed, drank some beer. But some people then did cocaine, crack, heroin, rupees, acid, all types of stuff that basically fry your brain cells. And now that they're our ages, they're walking around looking like old, men in their 60s and 70s. And pretty much we're older than them, but we look younger. But that's neither here nor there. But Nikki Haley need to go find something to do. Okay, because another projected state, Trump is projected to win Arkansas. Nikki Haley got 23%. That's sad. She need to go ahead and sit down somewhere. And basically, her whole campaign is ran by the Democratic organization and Democratic dark money to basically run interference on Donald Trump. And like I said, this thing is like I will say, bigger than Nino Brown. And I know a lot of you might not know what I'm talking about, but that was something that the character in New Jack City said. This is bigger than Nino Brown, meaning this is bigger than, what it appears to what we see. Okay, there's a whole lot of things going on, and we are in our lifetime get an opportunity to be in the history books to make sure that we go into history books that we was able to defeat American democracy, because American democracy is what we're living in right now. Democratic rule, and you have old black, elderly black women promoting a party. And it seems to me, when I look at all the slave movies and Roots and all of that back in the day, that they used the black woman to push their narrative and their agenda. And and when they had a educated black man or somebody strong, somebody that was a threat, what did they do? They hung him, lynched him, and ran him out of the plantation. And now that we live in 2024, this is who you're hearing from today. Somebody that probably would have, got in trouble. Somebody that massa would have sold to the next plantation, or somebody that massa would have had me back there, just getting all the slave women's pregnant, as a Mandingo slave, and then I would probably get called in and summoned by Massa's wife, and then when he have his first biracial baby, I'll be the one that he's shooting at because he's mad at Jethro for doing what the slave did at the time. But we're living in 2024, so now we get an opportunity to be free. We're not no Democrats, man. We are more conservative than any conservative individual or group of people on this planet. Because why? We're God-fearing. We believe in God, man, woman, child, and our woman is a co-equal to us because we pray. We have morals. Okay, we're not going to do things that's going to go against our moral compass. But when I aforementioned earlier, the biggest threat to the black community in America, that white liberal woman, the Katie Porters of the world, that's not accepted by the Republicans, that's not accepted by conservatives, that can't go into the rooms with these beautiful white blonde fit body women, so they'll sit back and come over here and hang with the Negroes and basically act like they're down with us, but they really protecting themselves and they're literally calling the shots. If you didn't see the movie Mea Culpa, Tyler Perry did a movie with Kelly Rowland, starring Kelly Rowland. You're not hearing anything about it because there was a liberal white female who has some biracial children that was married to two black women. But they showed how Tyler Perry showed how this woman through art is so disrespectful and so dysfunctional to the black community. And then Barack Obama in Leave the World Behind, he showed the same thing in the movie. So these are two movies that went straight to Netflix that they pretty much tucked and hid and pretty much got 2 thumbs down with the Rotten Tomatoes and all of that, is because they was exposing the liberal white woman and how dysfunctional she is and how detrimental she is to the black community. And that's real. So we got to really, understand and pay attention. And there's no disrespect to any white women or anything like that. I'm just saying that why is it that certain type of white women feel more comfortable around blacks? Because, that's the question that you have to answer if you are a white liberal. okay? Because we need to be able to have conversations amongst ourselves without your influence, because we know without a shadow of a doubt, you are there to basically run interference, to get us to vote for Sleepy Joe, to get us to vote for legislation that would open up the border and let migrants come into the community, to vote for defund the police, to vote for crime bills. It is the most ignorant thing that I've ever heard of in my life. And Hillary Clinton, the wife of Bill Clinton today, but at the time when she was selling the crime bill that Joe Biden wrote, she literally, the white liberal woman, came out and she spoke and went on tour and said, we need to get this bill passed because these are not humans. These are super predators that need to be brought to heel. A white woman calling black men super predators, and all black women and black men alike went on and voted for that bill, which basically put us in the condition and the situation that we are in right now. And the only way we get out of it is we remove ourselves from this Democratic Party as a whole, and take, the momentum that Michigan did with the undecided, and let them know that we will not resuscitate, because democracy is dying in America, and the black man, the Latino man, the Caucasian man, and the Asian man, our brothers, because black is an acronym for Black, Latin, Asian, Caucasian kinsmen, we are not going to support American democracy anymore, because we have to embrace the republic, to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God. And the opposition of democracy is theocracy, which means ruled by God. So Nikki Haley, bye bye, Nikki. What is that group? Bye bye. Backstreet Boys. Okay, she need to get up out of here, man. She need to roll. Okay, she need to roll. And just understand that uncommitted in the Democratic Party got 2 delegates so far. So what I'm saying is we're going to really push the line on the Democratic Party moving into Super Tuesday in November, because, all good things come to an end. All good things come to an end. And if you don't understand the science of Willie Lynch, if you never read the Willie Lynch letter, he stated in his book, he stated in the letter, if we can continue and pull off this scam for hundreds, if not thousands of years, unless a phenomenon happened. And the phenomenon is not only the internet, social media, but the phenomenon is Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. Okay, because our only hope is God. Okay, and if you didn't know, and most of you do not follow me on social media, I posted my ballot today because I did vote, okay? But I wrote in Jesus Christ in every block, for U.S. Senator, for judge, for all of these. But the only other person I voted for, realistically, was Steve Garvey. I voted for him twice because on the California ballot and California election, they had a block for the Dianne Feinstein position to finish out her term. And then if you do vote for him, that you can actually continue on with a 6-year term and additional years, because Dianne Feinstein, God rest her soul, actually passed and left an open seat. And Adam Schiff, he's trying to run for it, but Adam Schiff is the guy that lost the impeachment trial to Donald Trump. And he's, like I said, a weirdo. And because it's suspect to me to have whites in the Democratic Party right now as a whole, because the Democratic Party is literally the party of slavery. It's the party of Jim Crow. And it's weird that they want to demonize, conservative white Americans, call them MAGA insurrectionists and Neanderthals. But what about you? You guys are, slave lovers. You guys can only have power if you get with ignorant, Negroes and ignorant blacks and niggers, because you have to, tear down what they're trying to do, to have the worst education, have the worst cities when it comes to crime, have the worst policies. And this, you guys attach yourselves to these type of people, which make you really suspect. And now, you're going to be exposed for what you're doing. Because the only way you guys can actually survive and thrive in this world is if you keep an oppression party down. And this is why we know your policies open that southern border, because as blacks go up the food chain, as blacks grow and get educated, as our children's children become better than the last generation, as our tax pack brackets grow, as we get to a different class, you guys need a bottom class. And that bottom class is the migrants that you guys are bringing in by design. Because why is it that Joe Biden went to the southern border last week, and he's talking about, building the wall? Why did you tear it down in the first place? Why did you stop the Keystone Pipeline? If you look at your 401k, if you're fortunate to have one and retired and things like that, man, it's not looking good. We need a executive in chief, somebody that's going to run this nation as a corporation, that's going to put us and get us back on top of the game. When Donald Trump's organization says, you got America first. Okay, why shouldn't we be first? And then they say, make America great again. America was great when they won the Revolutionary War. America was great when the Union defeated the Dixiecratic South in the Civil War. America was great when they won World War I, and then when they won World War II. So it's time for us to start, fighting back. It's time for us to let these liberals know that they're the ones that's ignorant, that they're stupid. And it's time for black men like me and my community, the prodigal sons, to basically speak out and tell the truth and shame the devil. Okay, there's no way we can vote for a president that can't out debate a child. There's no way we can vote for a president that's literally retarded. Excuse my terms, for no disrespect to retarded people, but we have somebody that's very disrespectful, that is not worthy to even be associated with us. But somehow we'll listen to somebody say, we got to defeat Trump and those MAGA Republicans. Okay, but if that's your only argument, if that's your only political ploy, then what are you doing, and what's attractive, to you, that we can actually support what you're talking about? If your only talking point is we got to defeat them, that means you have nothing to offer. And I'm going to say that again. You have nothing to offer. And this is the last time we will ever vote for the lesser of the two evils, because evil is evil and the devil is the devil. So with that being said, man, hey, how you doing? I appreciate you. If you got a question or a comment, go ahead and put it in the timeline. I can actually respond to it. But I wanted to go live and say, Nikki, you got to go. Look at Massachusetts, 60% to pretty much 40%, 60-40 split. You got to go, Nikki. And if you did not know, with the exit polls and all of that bull crap they want to put out there, Republicans, when she get off the ballot, most Republicans are going to vote conservative no matter what. Now, the independent voters and the moderates and things like that, they can go either way, but a Republican typically is going to, stick with the party. So she pretty much ran interference, but she's not having a watch party. Nikki Haley, I'm speaking of, she's not having interviews. So I'm hoping that her and her team is having conversations of either bowing out as a whole or signing up with the no parties label. Now, the no parties label will be a third party option, and that third party option will be detrimental and will be the silver bullet to the Biden candidacy. Because we know without a shadow of a doubt, if you look at the uncommitteds who refused to vote for Joe Biden in the Michigan primary, they will support a third party option. And for me, I'm taking a position of a political strategist for the Jesus Christ Write-In campaign. Like I said, if you don't follow me on social media, on Facebook, my name is Bushan Glover. On Instagram, at Bushan Glover, I basically posted, my whole ballot, and I voted Jesus Christ Write-In on everything. I voted no on Prop 1, which is going to pass, and then I voted twice for Steve Harvey, the Dodger baseball player. And it was the funny thing, my homeboy called me, a friend of mine, and said, man, I saw that you wrote in Jesus Christ, but why you write in Steve Harvey? And I'm like, no, not Steve Harvey, Steve Garvey, okay, the baseball player. So what I'm saying is, man, listen, all good things come to an end. And you see, what's about to happen. I got a smile on my face because it's time for, the black community to step up, to leave the plantation, and to rise up, pull ourselves up by our own bootstraps, and make sure that we end racism. And when I say end racism, I mean that because only the black community can end racism. Okay? The only way racism continue is if we continue to commingle and continue to be a fabric of the Democratic Party. But if we want to end racism in America, it's going to take a collective, and it's going to take the black race to do it and to disassociate ourselves with the party of slavery. And that's the only way we could do it because there's only one race, and that's the human race. And there cannot be a, to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, without us making sure that we end racism and seek this constitutional amendment. So keep on tapping in. Donald Trump will be, take pretty much most of the delegates today. He's projected to win North Carolina as well. And he's blowing her out so bad, they won't even put her face up no more. There she go. 22% to 74%. Wow, that's terrible. So all I gotta say is, what's it, the Backstreet Boys to Nikki, bye, 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 bye. And with that being said, man, y'all have a good night. And like I said, I just wanted to go live and just talk about it, chop it up, and just go on record that we are, moving into a better situation. And this situation is pretty much creating a better Black America. So subscribe, like, and also, Better Black America's mission statements: we seek solutions and resolutions to create a better America for all. And like I said, learn this acronym. Black stand for Black, Latin, Asian, Caucasian, kinsmen, meaning we all brothers, but it's our time to shine. It's our time to be, in the driver's seat. So before I go, Nikki Haley is getting smashed. She needs to get up out of here. Trump's projected to win North Carolina, Virginia, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Maine, Texas, Alaska, Arkansas, and Colorado so far. And when he get to California, he's going to win Cali too. With that being said, y'all have a good night, and I'll tap in with y'all tomorrow. Peace out.